Did you know that in the last 2 decades, the Nigerian makeup industry, in its uniqueness, has grown beyond just brushstrokes? From the era of unmatched foundation undertones and walking out of personal makeup kits, to a huge contributor to the ever-growing and viable beauty and personal care market. Currently worth a whopping 1.26 billion at retail, with an estimate to reach 1.31 billion by 2023. On the Beauty Cook Show, I will be celebrating the key players in the Nigerian makeup space, highlighting the role they have played in putting our beauty industry on the world map, while sharing key insights, tips, and tricks to help build the rapidly growing list of emerging beauty brands and entrepreneurs. My name is Omontese Ita. This is the Beauty Cook Show. Hi, Ennie.
Hello, Oman.
I hope you're excited to be here.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so now let me first of all hype you. Let me hype you. If you, that's like 2 years back.
Okay.
I think we did a job together.
Yes.
Yes, we did a job
I
together. That was
Naniru.
Enyadisalo.
Yes.
And I remember that while we had that, we're working, and then we started to have this conversation. You were going to drop me at my house, then in phase
I
one.
remember.
And then we started to have this conversation. I don't know where that came from, but it just felt like, you had a message for me. The way prophets will come to you and say, the Lord said, and then just started to tell me about, your childbirth story.
Yeah.
And, just basically how your experience was rather. And I've been at a particular forum. It was on Clubhouse where makeup artists were sharing their challenges, and one of them was like, how does she get back to work after having a baby? She feels like she's been drowned with the whole idea of having a baby, and she just feels like time has passed. So I wanted to I'm particular about sharing your story again. I also know you're a single mom.
Yes.
And I think that really struck me when I found out later, because when you were talking, I thought you had a partner involved with you. So I just said, okay, maybe where did their husband come in, or where did their partner come in? But right now, later on, I found out that you were doing this alone, and that was where that that really got to me. So I wanted to share your experience as a makeup artist, as a mom, and as a single mom at that.
Okay, so can I start from when I was pregnant?
Okay, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so when I got pregnant, and then I realized I was going to be a single mom, because it was from day one that, yes.
Okay.
I had to admit, I had to, how do I put this?
You had to deal with it. You had to come to terms with it.
Yes, to come to terms with it, like accept that, okay, this has happened, and then I have to live
and you're going on this journey alone.
So when I was pregnant, I was still taking jobs. I was very sick. My first trimester, I was very extremely sick. So, but I still had to work because I couldn't. I had collected money. People will book early. Yes. So I couldn't refund everybody. So I had to work. I even went to Ghana one time. You don't chop the one when you go chop yourself. That kind of thing. I went to Ghana one time. It was my second month from the airport. They didn't want to take me, because they thought I had something else, I was that sick. So even the lady, one of the attendants helped me, carry my bag and all that. She really pitied me, So, and then the bride I was going to do in Ghana, our friends were really nice. Okay. Yes. So, they
you were already showing them, or you just knew you were pregnant
and all that. At the plane, the lady sitting next to me, she was like, "Oh, why? Well, do you have to travel? Are you pregnant?" I said, "Yes." I said, "Well, I have to work, ma." So then I got back to Lagos, struggled till second trimester was okay, third trimester was fantastic. So at the day I gave it, I worked. I had a bride at Oriental.
Yes, I worked. That.
So
you fell into labor while you were working.
Yes, while I was working.
That must have been scary.
So I went back to the hospital, and then by the grace of God, I had my child. And then
That's Ennie.
Yes, Ennie. So it was around 8 midnight. I woke up. You're excited about baby pictures and the baby because I gave them my phone to take my picture, to take our picture. So when I held my phone and I just noticed the phone was dropping on my hand. I couldn't grip my phone, and I'm like, what's going on? And I realized I was numb. My hands were numb.
Both?
Yes.
Or
No,
just one?
just the left side.
Okay.
So at that time I didn't know my face had fallen. Yes. So nobody told me, there's no mirror to look at yourself. So, but I couldn't carry my baby. I couldn't really breastfeed. I couldn't see.
Wow.
I couldn't see. I couldn't see baby. I couldn't see. I just used to see figure of people. I'll notice. Okay, this person did this hair. Okay, this is Mercy. This is my mom. Even the doctors, I didn't recognize anybody. That happened for like almost 2 weeks. And then
No way. And there was no explanation. Was there any diagnosis for that?
Well, when I read about it, I know it's called Enclampsia. It happens to feel pregnant.
And that was how yours revealed itself,
So-
because that was also what I had a late friend who went through that as well, and that's usually fat, fat in protein in the kidney.
But
or
I
something
did
like
all
that.
the tests that I was okay. All my tests until I gave birth. So it was after birth I had what's it called?
So yours was eclampsia. There's pre-eclampsia, and then yours is
so
eclampsia.
I had high blood pressure up to 180.
Wow.
And then on the naming day, dealing with the fact that I couldn't see, I was numb, I was so worried, like, this is a hand I used to walk. Okay, so how am I going to do
But that was
this? Is it gonna
your
come
left
back?
hand. Okay, well, of course, we work with both.
The left
Left
hair,
side.
everything. So I'm like, okay, so after that, on the naming day, I was going to talk about the naming day. I was going to do CT scan to check what was wrong. So we did naming early as 6 a.m. 7, they took me in ambulance to do the test. When I came back, I slept, and I remember I woke up at night. They seized my phone at the hospital. I was always aggressive that time, dealing with a lot of things that, okay, so because I called the father of my child, and then, no, I couldn't call him actually. I called the sister, and then they were all like, oh, sorry, I can't come, I don't want wahala.
Wow.
So there was just nobody there.
So it wasn't a mutual.
No.
thing.
So I was a bit worried, because of the worry and the stress and all that. I think that might have caused half of what happened
maybe the
to
high
me.
blood pressure and the rest.
So dealing with that and all, and I that day, so I said, okay, so I'd already sent a message to the sister. So I was looking for my phone. I was aggressive, I used to be very cranky. So they told my parents, they told my friends that you should calm down for her. She's not really in her right senses of frame and all that. So that they should just take it easy with me. So after that, the result came out. I had blood clots in the brain. Yes, I had, in fact, so many things happened to me.
Wow.
In the afternoon, on the naming day in the afternoon, apparently I had seizures, multiple seizures that they had dealt with that, So, so after then the healing process. So, well, thank God. God saved me. I had to give glory to. I think this is actually
all
my
of
testimony.
this,
Because I'm not come out.
it.
I've never shared it. So this is like my testimony. So I really thank God that I could, it saved me throughout all this time. I came out. If it was in the hospital, everything came back. It was after I got healed that I saw the picture on the name, and I was like, why is my face like this? Oh, they now told me that, your face had fallen, so you didn't know. So everything came back in the hospital. I was in the hospital for like 1 month.
Wow.
So after then going back to work, I had a bride 2 weeks after. So I was discharged on
Wait,
Friday.
you were going to start work 2 weeks after? You had stayed 1 month hospital.
1 month in the hospital.
Okay,
I didn't know I'll be in the hospital for. I gave myself like 3 weeks break before
get back to work.
Yes. So I had a bride 2 weeks after I was
discharged from your
So
hospital.
on a Sunday, one of my neighbors just came. I'm like, okay, I want to do makeup. Do you understand? And then she said, I said, no, I just got discharged. I have a baby and all that. She said, no, you know how they beg you, just browse, just this. And I took the blade and I couldn't really see anything.
Wow.
It was fun. It was blurry. I didn't even know where to start carving her brows. I didn't know what to do. So I was worried. So when she left, I really panicked.
And it's something you've done for how many years? How long have you done makeup for?
13 years.
13.
Yes. So
And all of a sudden,
after 2008, that would be how many years? About 13, 14.
yeah,
Thereabouts.
yes.
So when she left, I was like, what am I going to do? So that week I just started training again. Started training myself, practicing on
You
my
said your
assistant.
assistant had to start
Yes,
reminding
because
you.
she's not a makeup artist, but she's
She
been my
was just your
assistant for
assistant.
like 2 years, so she knows everything I used
Yeah.
to do. So I used to ask her, where do I start the brows from? Mercy, where do I do this from? Where did I start this one from? Where even Gaily, I couldn't turn Gaily. I couldn't do.
Wow.
It was like starting from the beginning.
But it must have been interesting that you became so vulnerable,
Well,
and you admitted to
I had to.
what was
No,
going
I had
wrong.
to, because it's not like I have any other thing to do, and I have a baby I have to tend to.
You have to take
Yes,
care of.
I have to take care of. I have to.
Oh my God.
I need money.
This is so scary.
I'd spent money and bills in the hospital,
Yeah.
because they invited all the specialists, from neurologists to
What hospital was this?
ophthalmologists. Smith Hospital.
Okay.
They're actually, let me say, they're the best, because they really helped me.
Wow.
Yes. So from that to physiotherapy, because I had to do physio, to
get your
stimulate my hands, my
legs
leg,
back.
and all that, to bring them back from that numbness. So it was amazing, because everything came back. I walk properly. I can use my hands and all that. So
Yeah.
I can see well.
Yeah. So
And
at this point, it seems like you never really went on break.
No, I didn't go on break. Okay,
Was
let me explain it to you. I didn't go
Okay.
on break because I had no choice but to work. Do you understand? So if I had a husband, or maybe let's say even a boyfriend, do you understand?
That was going to support.
You get? So I had my family to support me.
Okay.
Yes, they were there for me, take care of me. But financially, I knew there was really no support financially. I had to work.
Do it yourself.
You get? So I went back that week. I started training myself again. I had to do it myself.
How long did it take you to do that?
I did 1 week at first, every day do training, Gaily, and
On
all
somebody's
that. Then I now went
face,
to
on a model.
I went to what was her name?
Who?
Signature. Gaily
Yes,
artist.
yes, SARS. No, not SARS.
My.
Queen. I know her name.
Yes,
Queen.
her name
Yes,
is Queen.
yes.
I went to Queen,
Gaily,
and then
lady, yes.
I did 3 days with her. So Gaily came back gradually. Then when I did that bride, on the bride, I knew, okay, I was doing right. I was getting it, but I had to ask I had to use eyes to look at
I
my
hope this
sister
thing
that,
is correct.
am I
Am I still getting it?
and then she'll not be like,
Change it.
Okay.
Adjust.
You
Wow.
know?
That must be such a torture.
so, but thank God, at the end of the
But
day,
you
it
seem
came out nice.
Yeah, you seem like your emotion was under check.
Because
Was there at any point
that's
did you go under any
Did I
kind of
break down?
depression, anxiety? Do you feel like the world was
I
crumbling?
think in between, yes, because I didn't used to sleep, Oshewa too helped me.
Okay.
I won't lie. Because sometimes I'll post in the middle of the night, and then she'll be like, sis, you're not sleeping. And I'm like, she used to have a baby then. So, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm just tired. I don't know what to do. I'm not getting anything right, And then she just called me, she encouraged me. She was going through her own too. And then we both encouraged each other. And then she said, Ennie, you were at your best before you gave birth. So why not just try and go back to all the pictures, of recreate things, go try and do what you used to do. And I remember when I just had the baby, and when I was trying to come back, things have changed. The way they do makeup
Trend
changed,
had changed and all that.
natural brows and all that. And then when I do my brows, somebody will just come, they don't do this one again, and then I'll panic, I want to change that. They don't do this one again, all those things. So it confused me a lot. And I just wasn't getting it, Customers started dropping, students, I think everything was just like, God, what is going on?
Wow.
And I panicked. I have a baby to take care of. What is going on, So, but I just kept
Pushing.
I didn't give up.
Yeah.
I kept pushing, I kept training, go from one master class, another training here, just to balance it up, like, from what I used to do to what they say they are doing now and all that. And then, okay, sometimes I'll do what I know how to do. It works for me. I have my own clients. I know what they want. So let me just stick to what I know how to do best. If I need to do natural, I'll just know I'll tone it down. If I need to, so that I won't confuse myself. So gradually, clients started coming back, old customers.
So you can say like how many months if you bunch it? Because what I'm asking
I'll
this
say a
is
year.
Wow.
Yes, I'll say a year.
Okay, I think that's fair.
Yes,
I think that's fair because even as a
for
new
work.
student for work.
Yes, I'll say 1 year.
1 year because I know that there are women out there who I think I'll put this to creatives, who have to create.
The good thing is sometimes when you have support, sometimes when you have financial support, you lean back. Like, oh, well, Shebi is money I'm looking for. That kind of thing. This person is going to support me, I beg. But if you don't have anybody,
you won't think that they will tie you down.
Yes, but if you don't have that, I think it is easier getting back if you know you don't have any financial support.
Wow. But that's so. Did you actually did you take your time to go through that process? Because this can be forced.
Yes.
Because of but yes, I understand that if you have support, you can take it gently. Let your body heal first. Your body heals first, then you work on your mind. Work on your mind, then you work on your body. You work on your look. You work on your outlook.
Well, I think But
now, what you had to do now was you jumped from maybe only your body healed and you jumped.
Mine is just work. I just faced work. So I didn't let any other thing distract me. So that's why so that's why the next stage is coming. Like I didn't let anything. It was just my daughter and work. I wasn't interested in my looks. I wasn't interested in going out. I wasn't interested in anything. So that one affected me because so now I'm single. Sometimes you're thinking about it. Are you going to continue like this? Are you going to continue living single? Do you get? So sometimes I'll be down and then I'll be like, well, then before you know it, somebody has called you for work. You forget about it again. When you come back, you're sleeping. Next morning, you're out again. So it's just like work. And then later on, I started hearing comment like, my friends, old friends from the past, old customers, when they knew you before birth, and they'll be like, why are you looking like this? Why is your hair like this? So sometimes I'll dress up and the blouse will not match the shoe will not match. So I just got like that. I'm like, what? Nobody's looking at me, Joe. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then some of my friends will now be like, this is not you.
Forgetting that it's actually for yourself that you actually do this.
Can you go back to what? But I didn't really see anything wrong in it. I didn't really say. I thought it was at least my hair is not like I'm wearing a scarf now. It's not like my hair is showing. That kind of thing. I'll just tie the scarf and then I'll leave the house. And there was one event I did a bride. The groom was my secondary school mate. That day, if I remember now, I wore a baggy pants and a big top. And I'm like, it didn't go at all. I knew it didn't go. I still went for that event and I'm like, these people will look at me like, I've not seen them in years. That kind of thing. It was when I got there, I'm like,
Sapa is wearing this girl.
I'll say whatever again. That kind of thing. And so one of my clients, the day I decided that, and now you can't continue like this. One of my old friend, then one makeup artist, they were together and then she was like, this girl, she wasn't like this. So she used to be very this one, she used to go out, she used to this, that, and like another day I said, is it that bad?
So it seemed like you were your own therapist.
Yes.
You were your own counselor.
Yes, I was my own counselor. I wanted to see one, but I was just like,
do you at any point go through the shock? There's something like when there's a loss.
Yes.
Okay. Sometimes people just, like, how I put gra treat. Maybe like after the funeral, everything, just like people are still around, and then maybe like months later, the reality now sets in. Well, and then you start to really mourn, or you start to really like go through. Did you get to that point?
I think there was a time, yes, I did, and then I'll call someone. I have a few friends I call sometimes, and then I'll just cry. I'm like, and it will just then I'll just come out of it again and then move on.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I always just think, Enella, you have to move on.
So do you think you're in a better place now?
I think so. Because I just decided, you have to look good, you have to take care of yourself.
And all of this,
you have to go out.
Your daughter, keeps being the push.
Yes.
The force.
Yes, I think she is one of my... she's amazing.
Oh.
I think she sees it. I don't understand it sometimes.
I observe that children from single moms kind of grow up very fast.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's
because she's kind of mature. Maybe she understands. Even when she asked about her dad, it was just when she asked the first time. I was shocked. I didn't know. I just thought, okay, so is this the time? That kind of thing. So I had my fears. I had to go on Mr. Shabigo to type and please put this thing up. Let me see comment. And then a lot of people said a lot. I read, I learned from it. I'm like, okay. And
so you've told her about her dad?
Well, I don't really know what to say. I would like, but I just say, well, he's not available. This is his name. You have a daddy, but he's not available. Wow. But that girl is amazing. Sometimes she's just like, she'll be reading something or she'll be on a tab. They'll talk about daddies and she'll just be like, oh, they're talking about daddy. I don't have a daddy.
Wow.
And I'm like, where did I come from?
Wow.
She understand. So she's just I don't know, she's just a blessed child.
Yeah, wow.
But I just feel it's gonna be easy for me. Looking at her, I don't know, but I just pray to God that let this be easy for me.
Yeah,
let me know how to handle this when the time comes, when she's matured enough to really ask about him. Because right now she's still young. She's just 4. I feel she's just in the world of her own. But when she's matured enough to ask,
I really pray for wisdom for both of you.
Amen.
Because you need it. You really do need. So I see that you're excited about trainings and all that, and that has really been one of your forte.
Well, makeup training. Okay, well, makeup training. Before, yes, I used to get really excited because I feel it helps me, get better in my craft, and I like to, make people, what you want to do, what you love to do. I'll help you to achieve whatever you want to do. So I encourage a lot of them, my students, call them, give them more trainings. But after birth, everything changed. When I didn't really get students anymore, and I got really busy, I wasn't really interested. But right now, I'm like, okay, let me go back to it. Let me see if I can. If I can go back to training fully.
Okay.
So I just started that, and then as a single mom, like you said, well, I have my mom to assist me. So when I have early morning jobs, she's the one that helps and all that. I have a help too. So well, it's not so hard.
It's not so hard. That's interesting.
I've tried to manage it well. So.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much for sharing this.
Welcome.
Thank you for choosing this platform to open up, because I know that a lot of women in business, especially businesses that you have to do with your hands, you're crafty, they will probably be going through stuff like this, and they just think they are alone. So it's good to know that you're not alone in times like this. Just take your time. I would tell people, I have something that I say when I feel like I'm closing in. I say the child they're going to give birth tomorrow is going to end up being successful.
Yes.
So don't beat yourself that there's a little break. Just enjoy that moment, and very soon it will just be a thing of the past. Thank you so much, Eniola, for sharing your experience with me.
Thank you for having me.
I really do appreciate it. God bless you.
Thank you. Bye.